And now, my little droogies, a review for your glazier's delight. It'll be a very horror show. A Clockwork Orange was adapted to the screen and directed by Stanley Kubrick, starring Malcolm McDowell, released in 1971, re-released for tonight. Tonight marks the fourth time that I have seen this film. All three previous times were for school. The first time I was in high school, senior year, we had to read the book and we were going to be tested, and I didn't quite understand the text, so I watched the film to understand it more. And while it was, well, not the easiest film to watch, it was an interesting experience. The second two times was when I went to college and two different film classes, one where we watched the films outside of class and one where we watched the films in class. And the more I watch it, the more I actually enjoy it. And that's kind of funny because this is not a film that you'd really use the word enjoy for. A very controversial film when it was released, and one of two films to be rated X. The other was Midnight Cowboy. Kubrick is not one of my personal favorite directors. However, he is one of the best directors who ever lived. He knows how to frame a shot so well, he knows how to light a scene. He's a perfectionist, you know, like from that Hero Dreams of Sushi, you know, that kind of wisdom. He's a perfectionist, and he knows what he wants. And Malcolm McDowell, man, I mean, Malcolm McDowell owns this movie. I mean, he freaking owns it. And much like Shame, Kubrick has the camera rolling for like the entire scene, and he only cuts occasionally. Some scenes he has more cameras on the actors and cuts more, but for the most part, the scenes are done with only one camera position, and it works brilliantly. And among other things, the film is very famous for is the rape scene. And interesting enough, on IMDb, if you go into the trivia section, it tells you how Kubrick thought the scene was too conventional, and so he went to McDowell and said, "How would you feel about singing and dancing?" McDowell was game, and so they incorporated that into the scene to make it more interesting and, well, a bit more controversial than they expected. And for many folks, that scene ruined Singing in the Rain. Not for me, though, because, I mean, I don't love the song, but it's a good song, but I don't think it ruined it. Then again, I wasn't around when it first was released, so that is a factor. The film is really, above all, just a really in-depth character study about this man who views violence as fun and enjoyable, and then over time he thinks it's bad because of the doctors and this treatment, and then in the film he gets back to normal. But there's actually several different endings, and I learned about them in high school, and some of them are kind of peculiar, but I think for this film it worked how they ended it. If you are a casual moviegoer, chances are you probably won't like it, but you may want to check it out. It's one of those films where if you want to become a director, it's pretty much a requirement to watch, because you study different styles, and Kubrick's style is very unique to other filmmakers. Like pretty much all the films that I've seen thus far in this classic series, I wouldn't really buy this film on Blu-ray because, I mean, it's not the kind of film that you just pop in on a Friday night to enjoy yourself. You know, it's one of those films where you study it to understand the filmmaking process, but you don't watch it like a comedy, you know, you don't watch it to have fun. So overall, I really enjoyed this film. In terms of problems, my only main problem is that it's a little too long in my opinion, and there's a few technical aspects that I'm not going to get into because they're really not that important. But if you want to see this film and have not, then Netflix, obviously, because it's not going to be in the theaters ever again, at least not that I know of. And I'm going to give the film 4 out of 5 stars. Ba, 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 ba. I'm singing in the rain, just singing.